going on, boxing fans? It's Kenneth, SBN Boxing. Visit us on the web at www.sbnboxing.com. I don't even know why I say the website, because I haven't updated the website since Miguel Cotto versus Mayweather, something like that. It's been a while. Why? Because I've just been too busy. You know, I run my own business and stuff, so this is more of a part-time thing, SBN Boxing, just covering boxing itself, because we're boxing fans. We watch fights when we can. The Boxing Genius holds the fights, and we've been doing this for years and stuff like that. But this weekend's going to be it's going to be a full roster, a busy slate of boxing. You got Alexander versus Porter, undefeated Porter, Lara versus Trout, Judah versus Malnaji. It's going to be a complete busy roster. Now with SBN Boxing itself, I'm on here, Kenneth, Let's Speak Boxing Cruise. I give my fight predictions. That's it. I give my opinion. Is my opinion the best opinion? It's just my opinion. That's why it's called YouTube, because you're supposed to get behind the camera and just state your opinion. Now, is my predictions pretty on point for it? You know, I'm in the higher percentile compared to other boxing channels and stuff like that. I would say about 95% of the time I'm right. And it's not more or less, you know, I pick and choose my fighters. There's no bias. You know, there's no biased opinions here. I love them or hate them, it really doesn't matter, but skills pay the bills. Skills pay the bills. And I'm just looking at the skillful fighter itself, and that's how I base my prediction. A lot of people hate Mayweather. You know, a lot of people, you know, when it comes to boxing, like, oh, why you keep mentioning Mayweather and stuff like that? But you can't mention boxing without mentioning Mayweather, because, like I said, he's the baddest dude in boxing. Love him or hate him, he is the baddest dude in boxing in today. You can watch my last predictions, my last videos. There's no one on active right now that I feel that can beat him. You know, you just keep putting them in front of him. You know, you can go Miguel Cotto. You can go with Victor Ortiz when Victor Ortiz, Robert Guerrero, Canelo Alvarez. It really doesn't matter. People always have something to speak, and you know what? That's what happens when you're number one and stuff like that. But the reason, you know, that's neither here or there. But the reason I'm, you know, want to create this video, because these fights that are coming up could be possibly lined up for Floyd Mayweather Jr. Now, Floyd Mayweather Jr., like I said, my past predictions, he's going to take on Amir Khan. That's going to be one of the fights that he goes on and takes on Amir Khan. Is he going to... A lot of people are like, yo, Amir Khan doesn't have a chance. Amir Khan doesn't have a chance. Why the fuck's he taking on Amir Khan? Why not? Who else is he going to fight in May? Name him. That's legitimately in that time frame. Like, you know, people were complaining that he's been inactive 2 years, 1 year. He's not inactive no more. He's giving people what they want. You know, he's fighting twice a year. Give him credit for that. You know, at least he's fighting twice a year, and he's not fighting no flukes either. He fought Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez was the baddest dude in boxing. He fought twice that year. He fought Robert Guerrero, and he fought Canelo Alvarez. What else could you ask? And they're both coming off of wins. And usually, you know, Amir Khan itself, you know what? I'm just... I think their styles make fights. Styles make fights. That's the way. I knew Canelo Alvarez was going to lose that fight. Why? Because he was flat-footed. He's not too much of a boxer. I think speed kills. And the three fighters that I think that's going to pose a threat to Floyd Mayweather Jr., that's going to be excited. Yes, Amir Khan is one of them. Amir Khan, Manny Pacquiao, and Lara. Why? Because they're explosive and they're fast as shit. They're slick fighters, and they're really fast. Them three fighters right there. I know what you're going to say about Amir Khan. The disadvantage with Amir Khan is he is going to come up and wait for the first time to 147 to take on Floyd Mayweather Jr. Is Floyd Mayweather Jr. going to knock out Amir Khan? It happens, you know. It's a puncher's... you have a puncher's chance, you know. You can knock somebody out. But the likeliness of that happening, it's not going to happen. I don't even know why people get ahead and say that Mayweather's going to knock anybody out. You know, Amir Khan... Yes, he got knocked out by Danny Garcia. But his style, Lara style, Pacquiao style, these guys are explosives, they're fast, and I think they give Mayweather a run for their money. But I'm going to talk about this fight right now. Lara versus Austin Trout. They're weighing. Everyone made weight. That whole entire card made weight. Zab Judah, Paulie, Trout, Lara, Alexander, Porter, Bika, Durrell, they all made weight. You know, Lara came in at 153.2. Trout came in at 153.8. Actually, Trout does have the height, reach, youth advantage right there. As far as the profiles itself, this is a good-ass matchup. All these matchups are pretty good. It's a 50-50 coin toss. Lara, he came off a war. He fought Anguilla. Anguilla had the interim belt. And Anguilla in that fight, Anguilla, that style itself is kind of it's hard to fight a fighter like a Margarito. It's kind of hard to fight someone like Anguilla, a Brandon Rios, guys that just keep pressing forward, Protnikov. These guys are just hard. No matter what you do, whatever you throw at them, bricks, walls, bats, crowbars, it really doesn't matter. These guys are just going to keep coming forward, and it's hard. It's hard. So Lara definitely had to use his speed and agility to come out victorious in that. It just so happened there were some left hooks that Anguilla caught Lara with that Lara literally dropped legs underneath of him, but he was able to dig deep, get back up. He got dropped for the first time. He got dropped for the second time. He came out victorious and just busted up Anguilla's face. But Anguilla, a lot of people say, Anguilla exposed him and stuff like that. But Anguilla's style, it's just hard to do something like that. It's hard to fight a fighter like that. But Anguilla, he just kept pressing forward. He's a good fighter itself. Now, Austin Trout itself, besides that, he fought Vanes. And he fought Freddie Hernandez, he fought Hearns, and he also fought the man Paul Williams. He lost against Paul Williams. A lot of people said it was debatable. It was a debatable win. It was unanimous decision, actually majority decision. But that was a good fight. I actually gave the fight to Paul Williams, but a lot of people give it to Lara. But, here or there, but he still lost. A loss is a loss itself. Now, as far as Austin Trout itself, Austin Trout's coming off back-to-back losses. He fought Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez was the baddest dude in boxing. That's not no fluke. And Canelo Alvarez was just a slicker fighter. He couldn't outpoint him. Austin Trout couldn't outpoint him. Austin Trout was the more active fighter, and there were some boxing fans out there that gave Austin Trout that fight. Why? Because he had the higher punch output. It just so happened that Canelo was a little bit more on the defensive side, a lot of head movement, and he landed the bigger shots. I think Austin Trout was the more active fighter, threw a lot more shots. He was throwing a lot of combinations and stuff like that, letting his hands go. Was he connected as much? No, but it's just I gave the fight to Canelo Alvarez because he landed the bigger and more important shots in that fight. Against Miguel Cotto, he was victorious against Miguel Cotto. Like I said, he was active against Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto, the first 5 rounds, Miguel Cotto looked good. Actually, the first 4 rounds, Miguel Cotto looked good. Austin Trout kept busy. Actually, Miguel Cotto got winded. He got frustrated. Miguel Cotto was looking for a knockout, and Austin Trout did his thing. Was the more active, busy fighter, just outboxed Miguel Cotto and came out victorious, and that wasn't no fluke either. But you got to take them fighters under consideration. You got to take them both of the fights under consideration. So this fight right here is a make or break for Austin Trout. Austin Trout has no chance after this. If he doesn't beat Lara, then he can fight. It's going to take him about a few years before he can become a top contender again. But as far as Lara versus Austin Trout, what's my fight prediction in that? Lara is fast. He is explosive, and he has power on both hands. Lara can pack a punch, and he can take a punch as well. I just think, as far as styles-wise, Lara hasn't fought nobody to the caliber of Austin Trout. I'm not saying Austin Trout is an A-class fighter. Austin Trout is a B-class fighter. He's B-minus fighter. He's a good fighter. He's going to be active. Lara's not going to knock him out. So you can throw that out the window. I think this fight's going to definitely go the distance. It's just going to be more that the fight's going to be brought to the center of the ring itself. But I think, honestly, Lara is going to be on the defensive end. He's going to take the Canelo approach. He's going to have a lot of head movement. He's going to go ahead and try to win the fight, not some majority from speed. He's going to try to win the fight with power. He's going to try to line some bombs, and he's going to go for a knockout. Lara was talking shit to Austin Trout during the weigh-in, and Austin Trout, he got interviewed. He was just like, that really didn't bother me. Why? Because I don't speak Spanish. And Austin Trout, he has heart. I think Austin Trout, his advantage itself, he just needs to do his thing. Stick to the game plan itself and do what he does best. High punch output, be complete take a Paul Williams approach. And that's a Paul Williams approach. Paul Williams throws 1,000 punches. Look what he did to, plain and simple, look what he did to Winky Wright. Winky Wright had no chance in hell to fight a guy that throws over 1,000 punches. A guy like that, it's hard. It's hard to fight a guy like that. So Austin Trout needs to stick to the game plan, keep his distance, go ahead and let them hands go. And bring the fight to the center of the ring. Definitely bring the fight to the center of the ring. These kids are going crazy. But anyways, guys, this is Kenneth with SBN Boxing. What's my fight prediction on that fight? I think, I'm giving this one to Austin Trout. I like to see Austin Trout win this fight. Austin Trout definitely win this fight. And maybe the winner of this fight, whether it's Lara or Austin Trout, I think Austin Trout's going to win unanimous decision. it's going to be lined up for possibly Mayweather. I don't see Cotto fighting Mayweather in October or anything like that. A lot of people are saying, oh, maybe the Cotto rematch. The only reason Cotto would take on Mayweather, I think Cotto would have to take on somebody like Timothy Bradley, someone that Mayweather has lined up. I think Mayweather's going to take on Amir Khan, and he's going to take on Timothy Bradley. If Cotto wants to get in the mix, Cotto needs to go ahead and go down to 147 and knock Timothy Bradley's ass out. Knock Timothy Bradley out, and then he's going to fuck Mayweather's plans. Mayweather's a businessman. You know, he's going to fight the best, but he's going to be real strategic about it. And you know what? Timothy Bradley's in that radar. Obviously, Bob Arum and stuff like that has to strike a deal. He's not going to fight Juan Marquez. He's not going to fight Pacquiao. Possibly, I think Amir Khan is going to be his next fight, and he's going to fight possibly Timothy Bradley. I think that's the fight that's going to happen. But I think Miguel Cotto, if he wants to get in the mix, because I don't think that fight's going to happen at 154, he needs to come down to 147 and knock Timothy Bradley's ass out and beat Timothy Bradley decisively, and then Mayweather has no choice but to give Cotto a rematch at 147 or possibly 154. But anyways, guys, my fight prediction now, like I said, I'm going for Austin Trout. This is Kenneth, SB Unboxing. Friend request, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Austin Trout versus Lara. Have a good one.